Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the narrow cable belt squat pulse. This is a great exercise for your quadriceps. I highly recommend you guys do it. Just make sure that there are a couple things that you do before you actually start doing the exercise, which is make adjustments to your machine. So grab your cable machine, put the starting position all the way down to the bottom, then release the tab. And then what you want to do is choose the appropriate weight. So you can actually go pretty heavy with this exercise. So just, make sure you can do 20 repetitions comfortably and then start to increase the weight. But once you're in that position, get as close as you can to the machine because you want to make sure that you're getting pulled straight down, not forward. And then just make sure that you take a nice narrow stance in your squat. Make sure you're going all the way down, but not all the way up, just halfway up. And also make sure that you're keeping your core tight and you're keeping your chest up. That's very, very important. Before we continue, a word from today's video sponsor.
Me. I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Now, here we go again. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure, like I said, you're nice and close to the machine, because if not, it's going to start pulling you forward if you're too far back. So get as close as you can without hitting your head on the bar, obviously. But once you're set up, just make sure that you're keeping the tension on the legs. Now, I'm going up a little high here, but you get the point. Don't lock out at the top. But make sure that you go all the way down. That's key, because if not, you're not going to feel this exercise effectively. So don't do a bunch of half reps at the top and think that's a pulse squat. That's not a pulse squat. And regardless of your, whether you have ankle mobility problems or anything like that, if you do, just simply raise your heels up as much as you need to in order to be able to do this exercise and go all the way down. I've had people that have had, a fused ankle that can do this exercise. So anyone can do it. Just figure it out. You gotta make it work for you. So put weights underneath your heels. Make sure you can get that full range, because if not, your hips are going to lose mobility. You have to be using full range of motion when you do any exercise. Another thing I want you guys to do is, just like any squat, make sure your heels stay planted on the platform that you're on if you're using something elevated. If not, make sure it's planted on the floor, and make sure that your knees track over your toes. So your knees should not be caving in towards each other, or they should not be so far out that you're basically pushing with like your pinky on each foot. You want to make sure that it's balanced. Another thing I want you guys to do is not use your arms excessively. So those arms are just there to just keep your line of your torso consistent. But if you do use your arms too much, you're going to feel this obviously in your arms, and this is not an arm exercise. So here's some common mistakes: going all the way down and up. Now, this isn't wrong. It's just not the point of this exercise. This is a squat pulse. This is a great variation, so just make sure you do it that way. Another thing is, make sure that you're not pushing from your toes. You want to make sure you're pushing from your whole foot, and primarily the heel. And you don't want your knees going over your toes that much with this exercise. Another thing is, if you take too far of a step back, like I said, this cable is going to start pulling you forward. You want it to be pulling you directly down. That's what's going to give you the best tension on your legs. Another common mistake is using your arms too much. So notice that I'm flexing my arms a lot. This is obviously excessive, but this is something you want to avoid. Also, half reps at the top or the bottom. Avoid these at all costs.